glasses.
We will, not mine.
So the first question was the trigger for the 16th instant of the path of sin.
What is the trigger? Position? Where's your spell? Tutor.
Yeah,
The trigger.
Oh, really? The chucho?
yeah, seeing the mental seats open, right? For the first time. Yeah. Okay. Second question. What does mastery and knowledge mean in the context of this 16 instance?
Irrationally with the wrong view.
Which is, which one?
Mastery.
Yes. Yes. Sabha, yes. Knowledge means
After the fight.
yeah. You're fighting with a misunderstanding about the fortune and you've got knowledge of correct understanding about it and you are relaxing. This one is gonna have a long answer.
Oh man, that's wrong.
Describe the pattern of mastery and knowledge during the 16th instance. You're fighting with something, you get something, you're fighting with
It has to do with the
pattern, yeah.
yeah, it's
The
related to
rounds.
the rounds. You have two battlefields.
Oh yeah.
You have 4 man enemies, 2 battlefields.
So
Oh, that's clever.
Nice.
You're fighting.
That's
over
the most quiet it got.
the truth of suffering.
That's the most
as
quiet
it
since
relates
Adam's
to
text.
The desire room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, you got the knowledge then.
Then you fight about the truth of suffering as applies to the form and formless room,
Right.
and then you get it.
So you got 2 battles for each truth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then each battle has 2 parts, the fight part and the victory part.
Mm-hmm.
So in total, how many?
16.
Yay!
Yay! Shodasha.
Shodasha. Shodasha. Arya, Satya, Shodasha.
Things have
Aspects.
So the second one, you find with the misunderstanding, the truth of source of something. In the desire line, in the head, 2 rounds. Then you got relaxer. So in total there are 8 groups and 16.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, lot of sexy Tibetan
Hubba hubba.
Ow.
To directly realize the truth.
Right. I think it's their term for path of seed.
That
It's
sounds.
one term.
Yeah,
One
totally.
word.
Not.
Is there uncontent? I mean, no, nothing. Second.
Uncontaminated.
Okay. On stage.
That's pure.
Yes.
Vimala.
Huh?
No,
The
sock. Not Dakpa.
Vimala.
Mm.
Yeah, Vimala.
Yeah,
Vimala. Vimala, your name?
uncontaminated. This one, it Star born. What's the content? So,
Trigger.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Trigger.
Trigger.
Of what?
Well.
The 16 aspects.
Yeah. What?
Trigger.
If you can remember the English translation to this word from last class, I'll give you $25.
Wow.
5 seconds.
Where's word?
Synonym for grown.
Cinnamon.
Synonym.
Oh.
Delicious.
To give birth to, what is the English word we chose last time? 4.
Start.
Yay! Nobody gets it.
Engender.
why we chose that thing.
Gender.
Really? Was it engendered just for that?
Yeah.
It is English, but too sexy for this word.
No, but it's a word that has come up in some books. But I didn't remember that it was specifically for Kira, was it?
That sounds good, yeah.
Yep.
Sure, yeah, yeah. Trigger and gender.
No problem.
Okay, John Wayne's horse.
Nobody got the money. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's breaking your heart, I can see.
Thanks, Stanley.
Yeah, nice homework. Okay, here we go.
Just pretty safe $20.
Back to reality.
boy.
Let's start here. Dene dupe. Okay.
Okay.
Here.
Dene dupe ngopa chus tang chus she. Dene kong me ngopa jes tang jeshe.
Yeah, so he's talking about instance what? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So then you have an inner struggle concerning the end of pain in this world, in the desire realm. Then you relax in the end of pain. And I was thinking about that because that's a gokpa, you see. You have defeated certain wrong ideas in your mind forever. So I think it's uncomfortable in the Abhidharma school to say it grew.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I mean? Because
Yeah,
Chunam Sakche Sapamen Lama Tobe Dujinam Sache Kanche Dada Lasana Kuniki
yeah, right.
Samen Langi Dumana Dumachinam Sum Yang Te
Right.
Namka Dani Opa. 3 unchanging things in this school: space and the 2 cessations. So maybe it's uncomfortable to say it started.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe that's why they split it. You know, you fight, that's cause and effect, that's fighting, but then being there afterwards, that you don't have those wrong ideas anymore, that's supposed to never change. So maybe it's uncomfortable to say it started. Maybe they want to split it into the fight and after the fight, something like that. Cool?
Mhm.
The hopefully unchanging condition after the fight. Okay. You'll never go back to those wrong ideas. Okay. Maybe that's why they split each truth into 2. Anyway, so you cover the end of pain in the desire realm, and then you cover the end of pain in
Higher.
form realm and formless realm in those same 2 steps. This should have been. Yeah, okay. Okay. You use J when it's higher realms, you use Chu when it's lower realm, okay? Alright.
Okay, she might-
Sorry. Please read the next line. And by the way, that's gonna finish the Kewe Rimba. The order in which the 16 come up in your mind. Okay. Here we go. Dene.
Dene dunpe nam chus tang chushe. Dene kong me nam jes nam
Lam.
Oh, yeah, the letter
Yeah.
L.
lam
Sorry.
lam je
Dang Jeshe.
dan je she nam riki ke weju.
Yeah, that it's pretty straightforward. You fight your wrong ideas about the path to the end of suffering in the desire realm. Then you stay in that condition. Then you go off to the path as relates to the 2 higher realms, fighting with your mind about it, and then you sit in the understanding of it. Rimki Gyewichir, he wraps up the whole section. And he says, that's how the 16 instance. By the way, which one is Gomlam then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
Up here, which one is it?
it's the
In the desire, the first
understanding
16. 16. The last of the last.
It's the
The last-
understanding of the
Good.
path in
Good.
the higher two realms.
Yeah, good,
Oh, I
good,
see.
good.
Right, right.
And kind of then you're done with the whole universe. You see?
Yeah,
Okay. And you're ready to go on to something else. Okay. Now, why is it exactly 16? Read.
Teacher, can I have a question?
Yeah.
In the beginning of this section, Shuddhananda said, I'm going to teach you how to do meditation on this 16 aspects.
Yeah, it means
Right.
turn your mind to the path, turn your mind to the cause, turn your mind to the, you purposely try to bring up the 16 one by one.
Can we design some meditation?
Yeah, you could design a meditation from it. It'd be sexy if you did. Yeah. Okay, so now a discussion of how come there's not 17? How come there's not 15? Why is it exactly 16 moments in this meditation? Okay. Now, I want to do the Sanskrit with you guys, because we have the Sanskrit, and we've, what we did with that book, where is that book? The first book we ever finished, that one up there. No, it's up there, we got a replacement. So that's the first translation that our team has ever put out. It's just published. And we decided to split the Sanskrit. It was a big decision. I'm making decisions that you're going to get criticized for later. I'm just telling you. Okay? Like Sanskrit scholars will come to you and say, what the hell? Why you just split it up? And you're going to say, because it's easier for the reader. Okay? It's more useful for the reader. Okay? So don't forget when they attack you. I'm just telling you. I'll be in my, okay. So I'll show you some splitting rules, okay?
Because we didn't write it for PhDs who don't need our translation anyway.
Yeah. So here's the Shodasha, which is really Shad Dasha, 16, okay? And then the word Chitta. Yeah, so we can split, okay? And here it is here, Sem Chudu, 16 states of mind. So, and there's no sandhi here. There's no change in the words due to the combination. So legally we can split it, okay? But whenever you see an apostrophe in Sanskrit, it's an elision. A letter has been dropped due to the combination of letters, so you can't fool with it. It's like Shudo Hung. What is it?
Visarga and the
Yeah, yeah, and A has been deleted, has been cut out for purposes of Sandhi.
Yeah, what do you
symbol
call
in the
that?
Sanskrit?
Avagraha,
is the little
yeah.
S looking deal.
Yeah, and we use an apostrophe. Okay, and some people would put a space in front of that, but it has changed an AS into O. So okay, then you have Demba here, Satya, okay, and then you have the word Abhisamaya, okay, which you know very well.
So you can't split.
But you can't split it because its two A's have formed a. You cannot split it.
So we'll never
If you do split it, what will happen?
add the other A.
And then what will happen? Yeah, the meter will change. The poetry won't really listen. Iti shodasha chitto yam satya bisamaya tridha. Then it would say satya abid, and it would add an extra beat, and that's illegal. You know. Okay, so you cannot split there. Okay, then tridha is actually a compound, 3 types: nambasum, namsum, nambasum. Technically, you could split it, but it's a compound. I mean, it's the tripartite. Okay, so it's uncomfortable to split it. Now that's a judgment call. You know, what is an unsplittable? Like desire realm, we decided not to split it because it would say desire and realm, and it would almost mislead the reader. So you have to. What I'm saying is that with compounds, you have to think about them carefully, whether they are one semantic unit. and you don't want to split it. So I choose not to split 3 times, which when Sanskrit is a single word, triply. I wouldn't say triply. Okay. Okay. Darshana, Alamba. Darshana, Alamba.
Yeah, but we can't split
You
it.
can't split it because of the long A.
Yeah, you can't split it. Where does Alamba come in yoga famously?
Niralambana.
Yeah, Niralambana Sarvangasana. To
Or
do a headstand Dharma Mitra style.
Niralambana Shirshasana.
Unsupported.
Yeah, unsupported. So Alamba means support. Here it's Mikpa, meaning the support of a perception, meaning the thing you're focused on. Okay? So Darshana here means to see.
But
Alamba. Yeah, Chawa, Akya, is so called. You can't split the Karyakya, but you could split the Alamba from the Karya. And you'd be comfortable. It'd be comfortable. So that's all. Okay? Those are the rules, but it's going to take some knowledge of Sanskrit. Okay? All right. And you will get complaints from people, trust me. Like here, like this is, you see, things to run on without spaces, because that's how you write Sanskrit, okay? We're putting the spaces in.
Chinese used to do the same. They don't have.
Yeah?
And then later people did the same thing that what we're doing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
The sentence is
And sometimes you can mess up the meaning.
yeah.
And sometimes the author meant it to be ambiguous.
right, yeah. So if you split those
That's
A's
another-
especially.
That's another, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it could say not or it could say is.
Right.
And so you have to be careful.
That's-
Okay, let's go. Tentar.
Teta shape tempa nuto di church subme ki sen chutu tungen be shes kachima
Get you.
kachima chutu tu nge beji.
Okay. Let's take the Dambagunda,
realization of truth,
which is the definition of
the path of seeing.
the path of seeing.
in the
Okay.
system.
And it's interesting because it's in bold. The definition of one of the most important experiences of the most important experience in Buddhism is available to you in the Sanskrit. You see what I mean? It's in bold, which means it's root text. So let's go back to, where is it?
In the Sanskrit.
Oh, Satya Ismail.
Yeah, Satyabhisamaya. Satyabhisamaya. So long A, double length, time-wise. Satyabhisamaya. Okay, Satyabhisamaya.
Is it the same in the realization of jewels of realization?
Exactly. Yeah, Abhisamalankara. Yeah, Abhisamalankara. But, here's a but, okay? When a Sanskrit author is restricted to a certain beat, he will often screw with the Sanskrit word. So you cannot totally trust it. You have to confirm it in 2 or 3 other places. Because he has so many beats, he might change it to fit his beat. So you can't say that's the definitive Dembaton. You have to confirm it in a couple of other texts. Because to make meter, he will squash, he will stretch, he will use a different word. But it's helpful. It's helpful. It's okay. Yeah, Lokesh Chandra, by the way, is trustable. And I hate to say that about anybody. No, he's correct 99.9% of the time. He's damn good. He's at our level. Okay? He's 95 right now. Right? He's still around. Just got married to a 20-year-old, but okay. Or something like that. But he's good at what he does. He's really good. So you can trust him, yeah. And he fixes things correctly, which is so usable. Definitely usable, okay? Better than we will ever be in Sanskrit. Yeah.
Exit.
Okay, so here we go. Dembanguntok, direct perception of truth. Okay, let's consider this the direct perception of truth I just described to you. I just described to you the direct perception of emptiness. Sagmeki sem chudu dengete. There are exactly 16 Vimala states of mind, unstained states of mind, meaning totally pure states of mind, because it's divided into two groups of eights of Shepas and Supas. And I don't know, it's not a very convincing argument, but, I mean, if you said it has to be an even number because Shesu, that would be more comfortable. But he said, but the implication is, look, there's eight instances when your mind is fighting with your mind. And then there's 8 instances of taking a break after your mind has finished fighting with your mind before you go on to the next fight with your mind and your mind. Okay. Or the state of no longer having that particular problem, like anger is completely destroyed or something like that. Okay.
Then what feels uncomfortable to me is why did the form and formless realm get grouped together in those?
Yeah, we gotta talk about. Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Desire realm and then form and formless. Like then shouldn't it be?
Yeah. Something about
8 and 8 and 8.
Something about the negativities in those realms are very similar, and they're not similar to the desire realm. Yeah. So anyway, chududunge means what?
16. There's definitely 16.
Yeah, fixed at 16. Fixed at 16. So nge can mean to ascertain. Nge can mean certainly, but here it means the number is fixed. When you see it with a number, it means 16, no more, no less. That's the meaning of ngepa in numbers, when you see it close to a number.
Question. Is the same pattern followed for subsequent instances in which you see direct
That's a good question, and I don't know if I can answer it very well. I don't think so. I think you do it once and that's about it, but I don't know. I don't think so. But presumably, you cannot move between paths except in the direct possession of emptiness.
Yeah. But
Okay.
they very specifically don't do boomies in this school.
No, I'm talking paths.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Sure. But
yeah.
now you're on the path of habituation.
Yeah.
At the end of this, so you don't have
Yeah,
to worry
and
about
Dorje
doing this.
Tabu Tingen Zin, diamond-like meditation, which is at the end of habituation before you move into Arhat or Buddhahood.
Mhm.
Do they have 16 instances and do they divide that way? I don't think so. I think it's mostly with Dembangunto.
I can see how it would be associated, familiarizing yourself with these things and going through the process of fighting could also be associated with coma, because you're habituating yourself to that.
It could be. Let's see as we in 2045. We will reach this section in his text in about 2032 or something like that. That'll be interesting to see who's still here. Okay, I think everybody since it's here. Okay.
Namba Sun Sun Tuyang Yute Tungwe Tungsok Tungwe Tungsok Tungwe Nguntok Nikke Nguntok Chewe Chawe Nguntok Sheja Wa Sheja Wa Sun Yuke.
Yeah, and so there's a tradition to say there's 48. And each of the 16 has 3 aspects. Okay? There's a tradition to say there's 48 elements here. You could call them elements, okay? There's a tradition to divide each of the 16 instances into 3 types. Okay? By 3 different criteria. And here they are. Okay, so each one has 3 types. Each one of the 16 is also divided into 3 types. Toenguntok, realization in the sense of who's seeing. Mikbenguntok, realization in the sense of what they are seeing.
Alamba.
And then, and Chawenguntok, realization in the sense of what's the action going on at that time. Shejawa, what we call those 3. there are three. Okay, there are three aspects. Each of those instants during that deep meditative experience has three divisions. What are you looking at? What are you seeing? And what are you doing? That's all. And he doesn't go deeper about it.
Are you doing the same thing?
Oh, actually, he does go deeper about it. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
Who is it?
there's three things we have to talk about with each instant. Who's seeing? What are they seeing? And what's going on? In plain English. Okay. Now he's gonna explain. When you don't see bolded, he's explaining. And that's, for example, why I have trouble with Gyaltsab Je's commentary to the Shantideva's text. It's all bold. There's no paragraphs that are not bolded. So he's not really explaining anything. Yeah, he's just kind of adding words between it. And actually, when I was preparing for the classes downstairs, I skipped the Gyaltsab Je's commentary because it didn't add much. And I hate to rag on his commentary, but it doesn't. Maybe somebody else wrote it. I don't know. It's not the typical Gyaltsab Je where you can spend a couple of days on a sentence. You know. Okay, here we go. That Tao. Yeah, now he explains the three. The first one was called seeing. The second one was called focusing or object. Okay, it could be a verb, it could be a noun. And then the third one was called the action. That one's easy. Now he explains them. The first aspect of the three aspects of each of the 16 aspects of the Four Truths. Okay, it's called seeing, the aspect of seeing. Why? Yeah, from the point of view, gone, okay, from the point of view that you see truth. Okay, that you see truth. So each one involves a seeing of truth. Each of the 16 moments involves a seeing of truth, first of all. Second one is kind of controversial, if you ask me. The second one was supposed to be either the realization of focusing or the realization of what you focus on, okay? And he explains it as it's the semchungs, the mental functions, which are tsungden,
Which go along with it,
which are linked to the main mind. So tsungden means linked, right? Like when you're angry at your girlfriend, there's a link going on. What?
Your perception of the
Between what and what?
Between the main mind and
anger and ignorance.
Yeah, the seeing her at all, being aware of her at all, is main mind, and then the coloration of the mind is you feel angry. And those are linked in 5 different ways for $50. But you have to get all 5 correct. $10 each, but if you don't get 50, you get 0. 10.
period.
Now, somebody's got to make the money. 10. You want to go for it?
Yeah. Period.
What's the period
Same
mean?
time, during the same time.
Yeah, they start and stop in the same period. The anger at your girlfriend and the awareness that your girlfriend's there start and stop at the same time.
Same object.
That's not always true.
Yeah, they share the same. They share the same object. The main mind and the anger are both aimed at the girlfriend.
Made of,
You got $20, maybe.
stuff, also meant
Yeah.
to come in.
Yeah, the substance of the perception of the girlfriend and the substance of the feeling of anger is the same. It's both mental stuff as opposed to physical stuff. You got 3, you got $30, maybe. It's always the 5th one that's hard. Yeah, they are colored the same. Meaning the main mind is also a little bit pissed off. Okay. And in the Yoga Sutras, it's what's the example?
Samapati, a rose and
Yeah.
or a flower and a jewel.
Yeah, you put a you put a white stone, you put a clear stone on a red piece of paper. It takes the coloration of the paper. It looks reddish. Shanavarti samai- Okay. Now, someone supplying you with the fifth one. Are you trying to get
So
someone?
got the
You don't know, and you're just trying to stall. I understand.
same stuff,
There's one more.
aspect.
Same hairstyle. And,
No, he only gave 4.
on the
Stop
head
trying.
of the
You
model.
gonna split the money with him? Duration, object, aspect, substance. Wait, don't give him Chinese hints.
Oh, same sense power.
Close. You're at 45. You're at no. You're right. You're right. I'll give it to you. We call same support, but it's the same thing. They are both alambana, like a supported headstand. They are both using the eyeball as the basis of to do their thing. You can't be angry at seeing your girlfriend if you don't have an eyeball. Okay, so $50. It just seems strange that the person paying the person who makes the most money is his girlfriend. It doesn't seem something's wrong.
There's no connection.
No connection.
Right. It's disconnected in 5
Seems like
different
some
ways.
kind
They have a different hairstyle.
All right. Okay, so anyway, there's the thing. Oh yeah. So interestingly, focus or object of focus is an aspect of each of the 16 aspects because there are mental functions linked with the mind at that time. Go figure. I don't. Yeah. There is focusing going on towards an object because there are secondary functions of the mind which are linked with the main mind at that time. That seems kind of weak to me, or maybe I don't get it. We can say that your perception of the truth of suffering is involved with objects of perception because it is linked with other thoughts in your mind at that time. Now, why that's true, I don't know. Okay,
It's
it's
separating the main perception and other related.
yeah. It says samchung here. Yeah, samchung, which is the sang. It's not main mind. It's not namshi.
But the first one is the main mental function.
It doesn't say, but it's not.
See,
Yeah, seeing is not the main mind. It's like in Abhidharma terms, it would be the mental function of Lodra, intellect.
right.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. In Buddhist psychology, it would be
But
intellect.
that will be your main mental function.
Yeah, at that moment, yeah. Okay, the third one is easy. Chawa ni ngumba topani. You are also having realizations about what you're doing. The act of seeing itself. Chawa ni. You're also having understandings about the act of seeing. Okay? Itself. That's why we call them those 3. Okay? So there's 48. Some texts will go off on 48 and explain all 48. It's like, okay, keep going.
But how are they different? It's the same thing all the time. It's just,
Hmm?
well,
The truth in the desire and the truth.
Yeah,
You can go find one of
then
those
why didn't we
texts
just
that
have
have.
one?
yeah. We should look up Shege, which is
Same guy.
unique. the numberizer for 48. And, you know, search the Abhidharma literature for the unique word for 48. And you'll get the whole discussion if you're interested. I personally mung to talk. What's that mean?
I fear it would go on too long.
Yeah, I fear it would go on too long. You would never finish your book. He's scheduled to finish in 2046 if he's on schedule. Okay. Yeah. He's like, look at his watch. What are you doing? 45 more years, I'll tell you. Okay. Go ahead. Chidun ki. Ge. Chikchan. Mindau. Okay, Chidun Kishina. Yeah, if you wanted, you know, if you wanted to describe what's going on with these 16 instants in sort of a general way, there's hundreds of explanations. Okay, everybody has their own idea. You know, about the whole experience, there's many different opinions. Mang to talk. He doesn't. He says, "I'm leaving that alone." Now, about how they grow and the order in which they grow, Ketsula, here in this version of the Vaibhashika school, okay, in the Abhidharma version, Kosha version of the school, it happens in that specific order that I just told you, okay? They believe it always happens Surshe. Okay. Desire realm, formless realm, desire realm, formless realm. They say that. They always say that way.
All 16 meaning like what?
All 16 of these happen exactly as I just described them. In this pattern.
Okay.
But there's other people who say that you get the 8 fights first, and then you get 8 states of being there. Okay, and that's not, and then that's not the same as these guys. That's not the same. Mindao. That's not the same. So that's why all 16.
Okay.
All 16 happen in this pattern, but these other guys say no, 8 and then 8, and so that's not the same. Mindao. Okay, not the same. Okay. You know what? I'll tell you a trick about translating. When you're tired, after 10 days or whatever, or you're tired from a long session of translation, start the next section. And there's something magical about not stopping where between. You don't have to. They say 80% of a plane's fuel is used up on the takeoff. No, add it to the end of your session.
Okay.
Do the takeoff for the next section at the end of your session, and then the next session goes much easier. Okay, so do the hard part, crack it, and then stop, and then pick up, and then enjoy it. Then you'll enjoy it more when you start the next session. Okay, so we're gonna crack. Ready? Here we go. Please read today. Sumba Semteni. Okay, yeah, which means. What is the realm where the mind is sitting? Okay, is it desire realm? Is it form realm? Is it form? In the lion's dance, you know, which realm is your mind sitting in? Which realm is supporting your mind? In each of these cases, And his answer is
We can split
so gradharmika bhumika. Okay.
it at Bhumi.
Say so. And by the way, you never pause at the apostrophe. You read it straight across. Sogra dharmaika bhumika. Dharmaika bhumika. Okay. Long vowels, double period, double length. Bhumika. Bhumika. Okay. Okay.
We can split it at Dharma.
It will be at the same level as wherever you had your Chuchok experience.
Ah.
Okay, so if you had your Chuchok experience in the desire realm, your direct perception emptiness will also take place in the desire realm. Wherever you had your highest worldly experience, your first time you perceive emptiness directly will be in the same realm. Your mind will be resting in the same realm, which in this case is the first form realm.
Wait a minute.
I don't know. Let's see next time.
Wow. It's Abhidharma. It's okay. It's Abhidharma. We'll see.
And by the way, I'm not going to explain it. Yeah, no, it's not the last Abhidharma session, but it is Stanley's last Abhidharma session.
If you want me, you can do some footnotes.
Uh,
And maybe this section's.
It is this year, right?
okay, my handler is here. Let's go.
This year.